He definitely tapped it. I'll ask y'all this question. I don't want to. I feel like I've talked about it ad nauseum, but I do want it because sometimes people feel like I'm just like so delusional or one sided. I guess. What do y'all think about these Drake songs? Y'all could go one at a time. I won't even jump in.
Uh,
I think Drake is testing independence. I think he's doing a little bit of data farming. In my opinion, it seems like these records in some way seem to be a protest to the labels on a bigger conversation type lane. I think moving forward, Drake's at a point where he might just start releasing these 3 packs in a way to kind of just like he's gonna be making momentary music from now on, in the sense like I'm gonna drop 3 packs just to suffice you niggas. Because at a certain point, you get to a point where like you can't please niggas anyway. So what's the point of doing a whole album? Especially when you got this interesting licensing deal or whatever the case may be. I just find it very interesting him not only dropping the 100 gigs, but then using this new Instagram as he's using it.
I think Drake is in a situation that he's never been in before in his career right now. Like with his back against the wall, coming off the beef with Drake, I feel like he's trying to do stuff differently right now.
I mean, he's the
Mm.
goat, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, to me, like, I just posted all his music in my Discord to kind of like get it more lit because people are not really talking. I just don't think he missed. Like, it's up, blue, green, red. Love that. Really spoke to me on some goat shit, like rhythm. Like, no, I don't like personally. Like, I know you're kind of saying like you don't really like this style of Drake when he just kind of throws, but to be honest, like when I think back, don't think he missed. So I really hope he like kind of
Hey,
comes back. Like, it's on some tough shit, but it's just all love for Drake. So
Drake
yeah,
definitely got a
yeah.
he
Drake
I'll
is
definitely
give
got
him
a
that.
doing.
hit somewhere in the tuck. But I think coming off that battle with Kendrick, it's like majority of the people, well, at least from how I view it, majority of people probably have their back against him. Like they probably used to be fans, but now all of a sudden, now Kendrick said what he said, and now people don't really want to rock with him no more. I think he's trying to. He's just testing the waters right now. I don't think he's ever been in this situation. He's always been on like the offense or like when it comes to like when he did his battle with Meek, it wasn't like he was shitting on me. He was destroying me. But with this Kendrick
But
shit,
Yo,
it's different.
by the
but
way,
I
and I know I said I wasn't
okay.
gonna really interject, but I'll say
Yeah.
this. Now I just want y'all to kind of like react to it.
Right.
Drake is Drake is. I don't think he's necessarily having a thing about I'm putting out the music is an attempt to me to fight a narrative, and that's really what it is, right? Like there wasn't no time that people have said that Drake is dropping whack music. So what are these musics to serve? It's to basically kind of crush the narrative or change the narrative that based on how some people perceive the battle that Drake's career is different or whatever. So it's like we're this is like a
Uh,
test case. We
Do
all
you do
know
you
there's this one line everybody always says, you can't fight the internet. I
right?
also believe that when Not Like Us came out, like you had to fall back and let that have a run for a while. And I mean, you could argue that still having this run, it's still at number 3. But is it possible that Drake could change the narrative by dropping music, or does he have to utilize time and wait until people will allow the narrative to change naturally?
I,
I see both
I'm not
sides.
gonna
Actually.
lie.
I
I
see
don't
both.
think I don't think anytime soon people are gonna let up on the whole A minor thing. I think he has to drop undeniable music and just go from there because he's a hit maker. Bro. Drake is a hit maker. Drake is gonna drop another hit eventually. Like whether you like him or not, he's gonna drop another hit. But I
No,
just think he
I
has
mean I see. Yeah, I
undeniable
can.
music.
Yeah,
I I share the I share I adapt similar things that Kyrie said earlier though. I don't think we see that he's challenging like he's doing something with this industry right now, and I think he's having a battle there more or less than anywhere else. I don't think it's about the fans or anything for him. We know Drake has a core fan base that's gonna always live on. The music is good, but he's fighting something else. I feel like I said, I think it has to do with the
Yeah, I feel
industry
like
with him challenging.
as fans, I think you guys tend to marginalize the conversation to like, oh, who's making better music? But at the end of the day, before this shit started, we knew niggas were gonna go back to doing what they already did. I think it's more
yeah.
interesting is the way that he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like right, act like for instance, right, if you drop music on Instagram, what 2 days, 3 days, maybe a week before it comes out, it doesn't. It seems interesting. You know what I'm saying? It seems like
Exactly.
it seems like a protest, in my opinion.
That's how I
Granted,
feel, Carol.
the money gonna go with the company regardless because of the fact that it's they got the licensing, but like you don't see it interesting that he's putting it out on Instagram first, allowing it to do these numbers on Instagram and not just put it out on DSPs. You don't find that interesting?
No. I think Drake has always tested music in certain ways. I think this is a great way for him to test music. Instagram.
Again, if it is it testing if the whole song comes out because people keep saying using the word
That's
snippet.
tough.
These are not snippets. This is a release of a song on
And
Instagram.
he posted that screenshot. Like everything he does is strategic. It's
It,
got a meaning. He posted that screenshot showing that the label clipped him, and they
Yeah,
made him re-upload it, the correct way so they can get paid. And then he does it again. I see where you coming from, Kyrie, in a sense.
I just want to say it's gonna hurt his numbers too doing this. So I kind of like you guys are making me think that like he's not really like he is trying to get that hit. I think like you guys are saying that it's gonna go like viral, but at the same time, man, like bro just went through something like very hard, and his
Or is
opponent
it throwaways?
was like I'm just saying his opponent was like really skilled, and it was a good fight. But you gotta just kind of express yourself and just kind of like, and he's talking like that's what
also
I'm
the
kind of saying.
music
Like
is not addressing
every single
Kendrick
track
stuff.
he's doing it. Like I just
I
think
do think we're
it's
too
kind of
far
interesting.
down the rabbit hole, though. I think we're too far down the
Uh,
rabbit hole where, like,
He's expressing himself.
I've thought this. Imagine if Drake didn't drop nothing, and Drake, the battle has been over in May, right? So it's May, June, July. We're in August, so it's 3 months. September, October. If he pops up in October with
Yeah.
one song, it doesn't have to be a complete song. Just a song that's a preview, but it's like, yo, he's rapping and he's talking about what's been like. I think if his goal is impact, I think strategically that's more impactful. Like just like,
Yeah.
and I hate to compare him to Kendrick, but Kendrick like Kendrick's moment to shine or moment to strike is almost extended to another year just because people are still on standby to say, what is he gonna say? Because it's gonna be the first thing he says. I think Drake has dropped so much music that we're no longer in the what's his thoughts or what's his next move. We're getting a little bit drowned, and I hate to say this because I'm a fan, because I want more music, but we might be getting drowned out by it, right?
Well,
Like,
that's what I was saying earlier about the momentary music thing. I meant more like in a way of like I think the music he's putting out now seems to be current in the sense that it's like referencing current moments, and I could see him moving forward by understanding like yo, I can't please everybody, obviously. What's the point in trying to when I could just release songs and just keep doing that and put my foot in these niggas' necks? Either way, I'm still got my foot
I
in these
do
niggas.
agree with Acto that he kind of is pushing against like the grain a little bit. Like he kind of really is like trying to move a boulder up a hill. But at the same time, man, I'm like I keep
Yeah,
So,
saying I'm
so
jamming.
Ack, you think
I'm
these are just
I
jamming.
got a question,
throwaways
Ed.
then, Ack?
I'm
yeah,
jamming.
yeah,
Do you just think these are throwaways then to
No,
something
no
else
face is not a
coming?
throwaway. That's
hold on.
just too hard
I'm
for you
not
to
saying
throw away.
Like,
necessarily
Regular
throwaways,
green, blue,
but
when I
blue,
say throwaways, like whatever he's gonna put towards an album, maybe, or
okay, okay.
Nah,
these
nigga,
are.
that's a
green
hit
ribbon.
song, nigga.
Yep.
Based on my
All right, hold
life,
on.
nigga.
So this is where I'm saying. I think Drake, and I don't know if maybe the talks of, oh nah, his career ain't gonna be the same. Maybe that's why
Mm.
he dropped maybe as many records, because I'm gonna be honest with you, even if he didn't drop a record and he waited 2 months from now and he dropped, let's say he dropped No Face or even Super Soaker or even It's Up, I guarantee it's a top 5 release just because it's the first thing he says, right? Because here's the thing. The NBA YoungBoy approach, where you keep dropping records after records after records after records, yeah, the numbers are going to eventually add up, but they're not going to number one. You get what I'm saying?
But again,
I mean, you
wouldn't
could be
that
clowning
further
Kendrick
the
that Kendrick
wouldn't
never
that
dropped,
further
and you
you
can
down
always
the
like
line of thinking that it may be a act of protest against a current situation, business wise?
nah, 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 nah,
Hey,
nah, 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 nah.
hey, hey,
that's just
I
hey, I
think
got a
no,
question.
no. Just hold your question for a second. I don't think it's an act of protesting. I think this is his modern and updated way of doing what he normally did by dropping songs at 4 a.m. on OVO Blogspot. Do you remember then? And then he used to do the same on SoundCloud, right? So he's always done the off DSP drop, but the off DSP drop has always been, hey, listen, I'm giving y'all some shit that doesn't make me seem like the very commercialized pop artist that only drops a record that's super promoted on this particular day with a polished video. Do you get me?
No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Missed a little bit, but yeah.
I saw an interesting comment from somebody. I think his name is Purple. It's Purpler. He
And
said,
by the way, homie, get your question in afterwards. So go ahead.
All right, man.
act please. He said, act please. It's Purpler. It says, act please. It's because UMG is not allowing the music on TikTok, so he drops it like it's a TikTok so that people can react to it. And that kind of goes into what you're saying as far as like it's a way of allowing more
Yes.
conversation around something through engagement and interaction. Is that similar?
Yeah, no, I definitely believe he's dropping it like how he's dropping it. And by the way, I think this new meta got created by how, him and Kendrick are dropping.
Yeah, I thought so.
Where it's like, hey, listen, the music just goes up phenomenally more when you, like, except I don't think, this is where Drake kind of strays off the same track that we're trying to say he's on, because you're supposed to drop it like Thursday afternoon and it goes up at midnight, but you gave people like a good 12 hours, or maybe you gave them a day. You don't drop it on Saturday or Friday afternoon and 2 days later we're just bumping the shit and it's still not on DSPs. That doesn't seem to be in line with the thinking here. The thinking would be, hey, because of how corporate, I'm even gonna lie to you, I remember like back in the day, and I said this to Drake too. I said, Drake, I told Drake himself, I don't post your snippets anymore on Instagram. I told him this way back. Why? It used to be like some snippets of like some DJ playing his song at the club, which Drake sent the song to whoever to play. And when you post this snippet, and like there's a caption, I think probably still up on my page. I said, y'all go to the Twitter to go look at it because UMG are haters. Like Drake's label's a hater. Yeah, you couldn't even really put up Drake snippets. Like you could put up a Cardi snippet, a Youngboy snippet. So I've always thought that his music was never got that almost that ability to just kind of let the fans fuck with it. I think through the battle he learned that's very important, and I think he's just exploiting it a bit. You know what I mean? Like he's not making a fence just to showcase old pictures of race car drivers. He's realized this is a way to do it. I just want him to keep the mystique.
Again, I'm gonna keep driving this point because I think it's important, and I feel like you're avoiding it. But that does again only lead a savvy person, music industry wise, to think like there might be something going on with that, right?
Does it sound like that's what you kind of say?
Like the other pre-releases, like a lot of things would have to get pre-approved. You know what I'm saying? This is a new time and new territory where I feel like Drake is in a place where he don't got to get shit pre-approved or feel like he don't. But again, I don't see how this behooves your business partner's relationship when like it obviously
wait.
Like for it'd be different if he dropped these snippets on a Thursday and the next day it came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
But these should be seen to be living out on Instagram for a good week or two before they come on.
Hey, Drake's relationship with the label, I could say this is 100% as a fact. There is no Drake submits his music and somebody looks at it and listens and be like, no. Drake's relationship with the label has only been, you give me money, I don't even tell you a release date. Like, you lucky for maybe a major release, I give you a release date, but I usually just turn my music in a week before. Like, I've heard this directly from people at Republic. We have no idea when Drake is dropping. Drake just randomly hits us up with a complete album and says, I'm dropping next week. That's what I've heard. So it's not like so really what's happening here. This I don't think he has a beef with his label. I think they're constantly playing catch up, right? I think they're constantly playing catch up.
This is a different type of catch up, though.
So,
Come on, man.
so how do you see this playing out? Do you,
Hold on.
with you saying this is catch up, how do you see these 3 songs playing out with the label? Like the last ones got strike and they took them down, and then he had to re-upload them. But like Kyrie's saying, this is not just a day later. This is a week later.
Listen. By Monday at 3:00, these joints are going to be scheduled for upload. Factuals. Like, come on, bro. Bro, it's a corporate. Even though music people do work on the weekend, still, like, you know what I mean. But the powers that be, by Monday morning, they're having a meeting at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. They're gonna give a call to Mr. Morgan. They're gonna give a call to Drake. Hey, we need to get this. We need to get these songs ingested. Could you send over the master? He's gonna send over the master, and then they're gonna get those songs ingested for some type of release. Actually, I had heard that his release of this, it was going to be music video, right? Music video. And which, by the way, here's the thing, I hope the music video still drops. I know y'all keep thinking Drake leaks me all this stuff. I didn't. I found out all this shit on my own. I heard he might scrap the music video because like people kind of found out. Yeah, and I was like, oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me I spilled the beans that we might not get. I don't think he's gonna do that. I think
we're music video exactly.
I don't feel like the song thing without
the initial plan I heard was that the music video was gonna be coming around Saturday, right? Instead, and also I'd heard that he may be dropping other tracks. But I was in disbelief of that. I actually thought that was a lie. I was just like,
he has 6 tracks. What music video?
Hey, look, this is my question.
Music video from SOD. Like, he did.
Right. Damn, that one's gonna be an awkward one for real. Probably have to scrap that.
That's it's
I
through
just want to say though, like,
it's
I feel
through
like
the music video.
Is it a label thing?
Hold on. It's through the music video I found out Yachty's on the track.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
No, is he on it?
No, he's not on the track. He's not on the track.
Yeah, he's not on the.
Yeah, and after I leaked that
the leaked version is better. No, I'm sorry.
And after I leaked that information, Drake hits me. It was just like, yo, bro, how did you find out? And I'm like, dog, like, nigga, I'm not number one for no reason. Like, nigga, what do you mean? But anyway, hopefully we still get a music video.
I just think he's on his, like, in his bag. Like, I think he's just saying a very long text message, after like a breakup type shit, and he just, trying to speak his feelings. Like, we said that he's not, fighting his label. The shit's gonna be pre-approved. He's gonna upload. He just has some shit to say.
Like
I think he's just in his bag right now, just feeling it out. He just.
From your personal knowledge,
I use my platform for it.
Also, by the way, here's the thing too. I always was calling Cap.
Love you, Drake.
I was always calling Cap on Joe Budden, except I actually believe Joe Budden this time. Joe Budden records on Friday. As soon as that nigga's done recording, he did drop it. The song came out and leaked. Remember, Joe went in, and trust me, I never wanted to believe that Drake even would schedule or leak something at that time. I think he definitely leaked it at that point that they couldn't have a word to say about it before their Saturday pod, which they do on Friday around 3:00. 100%. I believe this one.
When we say that during the back and forth, niggas, you was looking at us like we was crazy. I said that.
No. Joe said that during the beef, and I was just like, Joe, you're too full of yourself. Now in hindsight, I'm like, which, by the way, we're assuming here, but if Drake is playing, I do have to imagine he's also playing the media game as well, right? He's like, yo, by the way, it's like, part of the media game, like, for example, if you have a big story, you want to, sometimes you want to drop it on Friday that it dominates the whole weekend because there's nothing else people don't work on the weekends. Or you sometimes drop it on Monday to lead off the week right. So Friday or Monday, you get the biggest stories usually. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if that was coincidental, but I did notice. I was just like, yeah, no big media outlet but me has given their opinion on this because they're all not at work. The Breakfast Club ain't coming back till Monday. You won't get a Joe Budden podcast till Wednesday. Another one till Wednesday. There's none of these outlets. Which, by the way, Joe ain't really not Joe. I mean, Drake ain't really fucking with him anyway. So I was wondering if the timing was interesting, even though Fridays are when we get music, right? We do get music on Fridays, but people kind of drop, like if you're going to drop, why not? People usually, even if they're dropping a music video, they drop on Thursday afternoon. They drop on Thursday afternoon and it gets on DSPs at midnight. But he dropped on Friday afternoon, I believe. And I was just like, interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Hey, X. So whenever an artist drops a single, and there was like a time limit they put on the single for it can count towards the album, and it was like a year or it's like a couple of months.
No, you're asking a good question. So a single is going to contribute to the first week sales. I forgot what the parameter is. They put a parameter on it where to kind of decentivize. Like I remember French Montana had like a big single. I think it was it's not good enough. It's wasn't it Unforgettable, and that one single made his first week go crazy because they used to just count. They used to count the first week sales. In the first week sales, the single sales for anything released, and I think it was either up to a year or maybe 6 months. And I think he did like 70,000, but pretty much it was all the one song.
All right, if it's 6 months, man, Kendrick on the clock. You better drop that album.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he's gonna do numbers regardless, though.
Hey, Ak, be honest.
I think
From
he's
just
gonna
your
do
personal
numbers.
from just your personal opinion and like the knowledge that you have, the insider knowledge, do you think this Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle is over?
Oh hell no. Never.
Come on, Act, cut it out. See, this is y'all. This is that puts
It's
a
not.
damper. That statement right there is the type of shit that puts a damper on the nigga music.
No. It's not over in the fact of you won't see both of these guys just continue to make music and ignore each other. You're going to see what happened after even Jay and Nas got into it. You're going to still see records and huge subliminals fly all over the place. That's what I mean. Now, are we going to go round for round again? Hell no. Nah. Like that round for round shit is deaded.
Question, because in my opinion, I've listened to the 6 songs that he dropped since the beef. They don't seem to be directly anything that's like necessarily I would even call a shot towards Kendrick.
What? You're not listening, bro.
So Ak,
I don't know.
Hold on.
So on Drake's next album,
you feel like is like about Kendrick and going towards Kendrick? Because I don't think they necessarily going towards Kendrick. I think they going to the rest of the field. I think they have aggressive flows.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Kyrie.
They don't seem like they directed at Kendrick.
But to
there's
Drake,
one line on the second verse on Red, Blue, Green is the only one where I think he's referencing Kendrick.
Here's the thing, but to Drake, Kendrick is the field. When he states that niggas is hating on me, he believes Kendrick is hating on him.
He was specifically talking about niggas who was hating on him that was already around him. Kendrick, for a long time, is not fake buddy with Drake.
When he's talking about niggas got lit off my feet, he's talking about the field. And Kendrick is part of the field. Like,
Drake, everybody he's helped, right? He's helped everybody.
That's where I would have to say that's disposition. Y'all are making it about that. I don't see that. I don't think
Drake's disposition this whole time is, I never really had bad blood with you, but you've always either envied me or felt away. You sneak dissed me a bunch of times. You dissed me on Control. You dissed me over here. And I couldn't figure out the genesis of our issues when all I've done for you is put you on my first album and take your ass on tour. That's why he's the field.
Now, what song are you referencing when you say that? You talking about No Face?
I mean,
speaking of that No Face song,
I mean any record he's generally saying niggas is either showing their true colors or niggas was jealous. Like, yeah, that goes to Kendrick as well.
I don't think that applies more to Kendrick than the rest of the niggas, or you think
hold on. It's more likely he's going at Kendrick because put like this, Kendrick is the closest person that could foreseeably be in his spot, but it's not in his spot. Rick Ross can't be jealous at Drake. Rick Ross ain't even close to Drake. Like, what are you jealous at? Like,
yeah, that's not
a guy who's number 2, it could be jealous of number 1 because he's like, damn, I should be getting that, but I'm close enough. I'm just not getting it. Yo, the nigga on the bench, nobody gives a fuck about his jealousy with a star player. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, shut your stupid ass up. So, like, when I hear
But he
jealousy,
still throw shots at Rocky though.
But again, when on No Face he says niggas he did features with, he only got one feature with Kendrick. He not talking about Kendrick gang. I think you trying to make it talk about Kendrick. He talking about the rest of the field.
No, he got two
Circadian
wait,
songs.
wait,
They
rhythm
got
is
two
hold on.
songs
for
with
the
Kendrick.
beef. I
Wait,
can
hold
say
on.
that. I think circadian rhythm is
I think it's
addressing the whole
referencing. I
beef.
think it's referencing the beef, but it doesn't seem like offensive in regards to
Wait,
Kendrick.
wait, wait, wait,
Do you
wait.
have
Wait,
do
wait,
you have
wait.
any information on how the song with Drake and
So,
Cardi came together?
it's,
Heck,
it's,
I,
it's,
I want you to go on Instagram and look up Miss underscore Reza 77.
it's,
And that plays into the whole Kendrick saying he has a daughter thing. It's real interesting. I want to know what you think about that.
so, for Kyrie, if I put you on my album, give you a song on my album, and then I also feature on one of your, big hits on your debut,
How many years ago we talking?
it
Mm.
don't matter.
It doesn't matter how
No,
many
no,
years
it does matter.
ago.
It does matter
Nigga,
when
no,
we
it
talk. Wait,
don't,
hold on. It
bro.
does. I'm gonna
I ain't
tell you
gonna
why it
lie. I
matters.
ain't gonna
When we
lie.
talking
Kyrie
about
coming off like a snake right now, nigga. If I helped you,
Yeah,
if I
you're
helped put you on your
bugging.
feet, nigga, initially, don't be
whoa,
like,
whoa,
nah, that
because
don't
again,
count no more. That
y'all
was
do this.
25 years ago. What?
And
Y'all do
You're
Drake
y'all
look
do
at
this.
him
crazy,
Y'all
like
do
a
this
bro.
snake for
often,
sure.
and it is very intellectually dishonest because y'all making it seem like these niggas was cool the whole time. We know they had issues for a long time.
So
Let's not make
how
it seem
is
like
it?
we didn't know they
Dot
had
never
issues.
liked them. Dot just used
That's what
them.
I'm saying.
I
Y'all making it
feel
seem
he
like
just used them.
on No Face Drake is clearly referencing niggas who was fake kicking it with the nigga.
Yeah, those people get bars too.
Yeah, like Ross, the
But
the
those are the main
Rosses
niggas he's
and the
talking about. Y'all
Fuchsias.
trying to make it about Kendrick, and again, I think when y'all do that, y'all weaken the value of the actual music.
Bro, what, bro? I ain't gonna lie. It's like you
Martin
playing
Luther
some Kendrick right
Kyrie?
now.
Circadian rhythm was towards the beef for sure. It may not have been directly to Dot, but it was like a conclusion to the beef.
He did that,
Hey,
and he also did that on Red, Blue, Green. I just don't think if you're really analyzing the lyrics, I don't think he necessarily attacking Kendrick. I just think he's referencing the the beef in general.
hey, did you pull up that IG account?
What IG account? What's it called?
It's called Miss underscore Reza 77.